Okay, moving on. We got Waka Flocka, who's a friend of the channel. And Waka Flocka was a guest on what's the name of this show he was on? I don't even think the article mentions. Oh, It's Giving. So Waka Flocka was a guest on the It's Giving show. It's a podcast. Everybody has a podcast. Make sure you keep checking ours out.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, please do. And he was asked a question. You know, you're on a boat with your wife and your child, and both go overboard. You can only save one. Who do you choose? And Waka Flocka didn't hesitate. He said, "I'll choose my wife." And that got the internet up in a tizzy. People are debating back and forth about the merits of his comments. So we'll go ahead and actually hear what Mr. Waka Flocka had to say. Now, the host of the show agreed with him. But you know, it's split. It seems to be split in terms of people who see the logic inherent in his comments, and then others who are appalled by what he had to say. So, this says the wife or the kids. Waka Flocka's answer creates more social media backlash. Waka Flocka has ignited a heated debate after sharing his stance on a hypothetical moral dilemma. While many challenged his perspective, others rallied to his defense. During an appearance on the It's Giving podcast, the Atlanta rapper was asked to make an impossible choice. If he were on a boat with his wife and child and both fell overboard, who would he save? Before the host could even finish the question, he responded without hesitation, "My wife." He declared, "That's my wife. I loved my wife before I loved my child. How can I choose my child over someone who created them? Respectfully, I can make another one. I cannot recreate the woman I love. It's impossible." He doubled down on his position, emphasizing his belief in the sanctity of love. You can't play with love, real talk, and this isn't for people just figuring out relationships or moving in together. This is real, so I know that child wasn't meant for me. Despite not currently being married, Walker's remarks ignited a passionate discussion across social media. Some echoed his reasoning, while others found his stance deeply flawed. So here is Walker in the flesh, and this is that exchange.
Scenario: you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean with your wife and your child, and it's still a young child. Both of them get lodged into the water.
My wife.
You're gonna save your wife?
Yeah.
Why?
It's my wife.
Period. That's it.
I love my wife before I love my child. How the could I choose my child over something or someone that created you? I come respectfully. I gotta make another one. Cause I cannot make the same woman I love. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Like you can't play with love. Like real talk. And this ain't for people that's inspiring to be loved or living in just bought an apartment with each other. The conversation, nah, it is real. So I know that kid, we wasn't meant for you.
I feel the same way.
Facts.
And you know, I got thousands of comments of people saying that's because you've never been a mother, you've never given birth yet. Oh, and he's going to divorce you in 3 seconds. And for me, it feels like a lot of these people are coming from trauma. Y'all don't really, and imagine if you treated your spouse with that level of regard, esteem, and respect. No, go ahead.
But see what you just said?
Yeah.
How people gave you the opinion?
Yeah.
You know how much power you could have gained just by saying, "That's your opinion. I don't know me."
Oh, I don't care.
No, I'm just telling you, like, I'm telling you, if you could learn, like, it don't matter because they throwing you off your game. You drifted. The one thing the devil loves the most is people that drift.
True.
So when you got purpose, your purpose was you being real, how you feel. You explain why you said it, done. Move on.
Period.
Now, I do agree with that last part. Yes. I agree with that last part. I'm saving my wife. We can make another child, wrote at Nigel Thorne Bear E on X. At Florida Boy 69 added, harsh reality of an ethical dilemma. You can create another child, but it's not nearly as easy to find another wife once you got a good one. On the other side of the debate, many were stunned by his logic. At Cordelra countered, no parent wants to be saved over their child. At Real Air J weighed in, writing, "I'm saving my son, then I'll try to save my husband. My child comes first." So that's pretty much the gist of that. You know, some people are rocking with those sentiments and others are like kind of feeling like it was a little suspect. So, what did you think about that particular exchange?
Wow. First of all, I think that is a horrendous scenario. Let me go ahead and start there.
Yeah.
To make somebody say that while they're in a relationship with somebody, if he answered one way, you see, there's no winning to that answer. The kids are going to see that response. It's going to go viral and get circulated around the internet. Now, respectfully, he can just make another one of me. You know, my daddy don't love me like that. You know, he loves, all this other stuff. Look, man, if you do love your wife like you love your kids, unconditionally, then there is no conditions to the love. And then at that point, picking your wife is like picking the best child, for instance. So in that situation, that's what I'm saying. That's a horrible scenario to actually choose to make somebody say that. And honestly, I would have pled the fifth. This is a damn podcast, not no damn, you know what I'm saying? A podcast called It's Given with some middle-aged single woman with no kids. So I'm not answering her ass because she has nothing to go home to. If she does have a man or something like that, it doesn't sound like she's married. So I'm not. And this is a situation when dealing with people that ain't got nothing to lose, putting you in a position. And so yeah, it was no win for him either left or right. If he picks the kids, his wife gonna be mad at him. He picks the wife, the kids are gonna be mad at him. And so honestly, man, I just think that is a horrendous setup. And Waka, I guess he's just gonna keep it 1,000. He's gonna keep it 1,000. He's not gonna back down from any hypotheticals. And he's just going to dive in that water and let everybody know that he's choosing his wife, and he's going to make another one. Me personally, I really think, and this is not me choosing one or the other or any of that stuff, but I really think it's a situation where children represent, or they should represent at least, all of you for sure, but they should be the best parts of you, and be better than you, and add more to the world than you did. You had your shot if you're in a situation where you got a wife on a boat with a kid. You did your job as a parent, and and it's that child's time to do their thing and add to the canon of life. And to just say, all right, I'll just make another one, it to me, it doesn't highlight the sanctity and the importance of putting your all into your offspring. I'll just do it again because they're just offspring to me. To me, that's not extending the legacy. It's selfish. But what are your thoughts, man, on Waka Flocka around here taking the bait on It's Given and saying that, hey, man, I'm going to choose my wife and to hell with the kid? What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I feel that. Let me first say that I am not defending him.
Mm-hmm.
Rather, I think the reason why I think him saying that is a referendum on where we are today with the concept of love. If love is even a thing that you still believe in. Like I think people have become so disillusioned by the current state of unions and family and relationships and marriages that people are just over it and they're turned off. You have a lot of people walking around who just don't even think that that they'll ever actually meet a life partner or have one. You have a lot of people who find the prospect of a life mate so unrealistic that they don't even think about incorporating it into any of their life's pursuits. Like, you know, relationships nowadays, unfortunately, and not everyone does this, but a lot of our population um, handles, orients their relationship lives in such um, superficial, non-committal, loose-moraled ways that the notion that you can actually find something solid is becoming more and more of a fairy tale with each passing day, month, and year. You know what I'm saying? And so the reason why I'm kind of going galaxy brain on this,
Yeah.
but I feel as though the reason why he responded so strongly in that manner is because he's looking at the world and how broken down we are from a family values, marriage, and relationship perspective, and saying this thing is such a precious commodity at this point that if I've actually been fortunate enough to attain it, I'm going to have to preserve it, even if that means sacrificing my child. Now, I'm not defending it. I'm just trying to explain the pathos. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I feel like people really are that disillusioned when it comes to the concept of love. Like, you have people who are still holding out hope and they still believe in the notion of love and finding it. And I think a lot of those people are dealing. I think the people who still believe in it, I think they still try to seek it in a traditional way, but they have found themselves thrusted into a world surrounded by humans who don't conduct themselves in terms of their relationships in any sort of traditional way. So you have a lot of people who still believe in it and who still hold out hope, and they're trying to figure things out, and they're running up on people who are plugged into the matrix, who aren't off the grid, who are very much on the grid. And a lot of those people who are holding out hope are finding themselves saying, man, if I ever were to find this, what lengths would I be willing to go to preserve it? Because I don't know if I'll ever be able to find it again. Because hell, it took me this long and it was this hard to find it in the first place. Whereas having kids, as you and I clearly know, people are out here having kids like they're popping. People these days, people around here these days, not everybody, but a lot of people have become so casual with having kids outside of a outside of a family construct, being single parents, doing the co-parenting thing. People are approaching these things so casually these days that I'm led to believe that people don't really look at having kids as this precious thing that they once looked at it as. It's more so of a, oh, this is a byproduct of me living my loose moral life. And so I'm going to make do with it the best way that I can. Now, that's definitely not consistent with those who look at it in the traditional sense, who do want to look for love and do want to build the family and have a solid foundation and then have the kids, because then maybe that choice becomes a more difficult one to make. But I think a lot of people look at love as a very fleeting concept these days. Most people don't even know if it still exists. Everything is situationship this, acquaintance that, casual this, polyamorous that, friends with benefits, F buddies, all of this kind of stuff. Everyone's doing that thing. Everyone's doing the casual being in the streets thing.
Mm-hmm.
And because so many people are doing that, who the hell knows what love really is? So maybe someone who still believes in it is looking at it saying, I'm willing to go to extreme lengths to preserve it if need be, even if it means having to make an impossible decision like that. So again, I'm not trying to defend it. This isn't my in defense of Waka Flocka dissertation in any kind of way. Maybe Waka Flocka is one of these dudes who really does believe in love. I don't know. I don't know the guy. But if he does, maybe he's saying this is so precious to me, I might have to make a sacrifice of that magnitude. Now, me personally, I tend to agree with you. I think saying I can have another one is just too dismissive for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's too dismissive of a thing to say, because children are a part of you, and they are meant to carry on your legacy, and they are meant to be an improvement. Like your children are meant to be greater contributors to the world than even you were,
Right.
greater contributors to society than even you were.
Right.
That should be why you're having children, right? So to say I can have another one is very dismissive. And another thing that I'll say is, like, if you are a life partner with somebody and y'all really do got real love like that, the actual love, the true love, not this weirdo fake love, like actual love, then I'm going to bet that if y'all got a bond that strong, that person is going to want you to save the child too.
That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you can be faced with the conundrum all you want, but if this is truly someone and y'all got a bond that is built on genuine love, your wife is going to want you to save the kid.
Exactly.
Your wife isn't going to want you to save her over the kid. So all the way around, I feel you. I don't even like the fact that the question was posed, and the way that he went about addressing it was, to me, a bit dismissive. But I also kind of look at it big picture, and I kind of feel like people have become so disillusioned with the prospect of love to begin with that now they're going through all kinds of mental gymnastics about what they may or may not be willing to do to preserve it.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, man. And I've seen some content out there where people is like, oh, that the love that they have for their spouse is stronger than the love that they have for their own kids and all this other stuff. And I get it in principle. Okay, you don't want to be in a situation where you're only in it because you love the child. You want to be able to love your spouse and y'all have a relationship before you have a relationship with the child. Like, I get that. The child still has to be the child. Like, I get all of that, but at the same time, I don't understand where these talking points are coming from. Where there's this I guess it's just a regular de-evolution that's going on in society where these types of talking points are becoming normalized on social media, where people are now starting to get into this more divisive form of looking at home and family.
Yeah.
I don't understand why outside of adding to the chaos, that this woman will pose such a question or have it be such a talking point for you. Why is this such a pain point for you that you want to go around asking people this? So I don't know what she has going on in her brain, but that's what I'm saying. For this to be something that you've asked more than once, you've posed this to people online. Now you want to ask Waka. I'm sure she's going to ask somebody else some other morbid question. I don't care for it. Of course, I love black love just like the next person. All right, I want to see all of that stuff. Whoop de whoop, and and I'll give you more of I can get. There's two ways to look at this. All right, there's the way that I'm saying where I'm going. Just plead the fifth and don't even play this game. But the way that and for the way to look at it, like how Walker's looking at it, now people's not going to like this, but you if you've chose that path of what he said, you have to keep walking down that path. You have to do life like that. And what I mean by that is, if you're looking at this as a situation of, okay, we'll make another one. We'll continue to be here and multiply. We'll have more than one. Oh yeah, well, we just had one there, and we would have not been together. But after that situation where I saved her, now we got 5 more. Now we got 5 people adding to the world and being better than me than just the one. While I'm not here to caretake for them, you can play all these little weird games. But what I'm saying, boy, you just go there with this mindset of being cutthroat with life, because you're always looking at the bigger picture.
Mm.
And if you want to go down that path, that's fine. Me personally, I just took, I guess I took offense to it, where, again, I guess how dismissive, like you said, it was when you say, hell, I'll just make another. And yeah, man. So to me personally, I don't care for the talking point. I don't like these types of conversations going on the internet, but people bored, man.
Yeah.
And an idle mind is the devil's playground, as they say.
Yeah.
And these people around here, like you say, they're struggling with love. They're struggling with family, and that's how these type of things come about.
Yeah.
And now there's this, I'm sure, online debate, in comment sections, and I'm pretty sure somebody's going to be letting me know how wrong I am for disagreeing with Walker. All right, but hey, listen, man, this romanticized version of love that everybody's been sold, this fictitious form of love that everybody's been sold, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's meant to make people weak, if you ask me. It's meant for you to not be clear. And yeah, man, I don't think that how people are going about loving is the right way. And last thing I'll say is, at your point where you said that, hey man, if y'all are really together like that, and this did become a situation like that, the mother would say that, and vice versa. If somebody posed that to the woman, husband man would be like, "Are you kidding me? Take the damn baby." You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? Don't save my ass. I'm the wretched of the earth. This baby has a new shot at things.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I just think that this is a morbid take from this lady. I'm not really gonna blame Walk so much, but then again, he's starting to get a little strange to me now.
Well, I mean, he did answer the question very enthusiastically.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I mean, I think that you, if you wanted to, can hold him accountable for that. It's not like it's not like he looked particularly anxious in answering the question. He looked very comfortable, almost like he already knew that he was going to be asked the question and had his answer locked and loaded.
He was enthusiastic about it for sure.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, honestly, this to me, it just spotlights the perilous state that relationships are in nowadays. And everybody is trying to find refuge. And in pursuit of that refuge, they're coming up with all sorts of weird forms of logic to test whether a person truly is worthy of and capable of giving love.
Yeah.
And so that's where it comes from. So, a woman like her is going to ask that question because maybe she's experiencing the same sort of dysfunction in her own personal life where she can't figure out why she can't find it.
100%.
And a lot of people are dealing with that. And the thing that's so funny is people don't even realize that they can easily attain these things if only they were to take some inventory on themselves and change their preferences and their outlooks on life. And I don't know who she is. So I'm not going to be presumptuous to sort of be like, this is how she feels. But you look at people, there's, some of these other people in the world, right? The Joy Taylors of the world, the Taylor Rooks. We talked about their podcast one time. And men do this too. We're mired in this quicksand where we intrinsically know we want something, but we go about finding it in all of the ways that pretty much guarantee we won't get it. So, if you're a woman, you want love, but you're going about looking for it with men who match the profile of the kind of guy who's probably not going to give it to you. Yet you can't get out of your own way, so you continue to look for it in those same ways. And then when you don't get the result that you're looking for, you project and blame the rest of the world instead of saying, maybe I need to make adjustments with myself in order to give me a better chance to find it. And men do the same thing. We want what we want, But then we also want to make sure that the girl can do this and look like this and has this kind of body and this kind of face. You know what I'm saying? So we put all of these stipulations around it, pretty much assuring that we won't get it. And then when we don't get it, we blame women. Safari, Shaq. Oh, I would be relationship oriented if the women were like this. It doesn't make sense. So when we're all engaging in this madness, in this insanity, and we become so disenfranchised by the process that we lash out blaming the world instead of looking at ourselves, now you're saying, well, this thing is so elusive and it's so hard to find that I might be willing to do crazy things like sacrifice a child in order to get it and keep it. It all comes from the fact that people are so lost when it comes to modern relationships. Everybody, we're all lost. It's the programming, the media, the conditioning, the internet, social media, the music, the mind control. We're all lost. We're all lost. And that being lost in that way is why questions like this come up and become fodder for internet discourse. So I'm with you. I don't like it either. But part of the reason why I don't like it is because I'm annoyed by the fact that people are even asking this question when they don't even realize that these various things that they are trying to find, they could get if only they looked inside themselves and said, let me make a couple of changes with myself and how I look at the world. And then maybe I'd find it.
Yeah, 1,000, man. So we'll see what happens with this stuff, man. To me, I think this falls in the line of dangerous rhetoric.
Yeah.
There's going to be people who watch this, saw what Waka said, and go to their partner and pose this dangerous ass question. And if they don't answer like how Walk did, or if they did answer like Walk did, you know what I'm saying? This is a lose-lose situation, man. I don't see the point in this outside of it just being morbid internet, like you said, man, fodder for discourse.
Yeah.
So me personally, man, I just think that this is a bit of a reach. And don't take the bait, y'all. Don't go around asking this question to people because the answers are relevant. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. Yeah. But hey, man, let us know down in the comment section, y'all. What are your thoughts about this conversation? You guys think that we're off base here? You think Walker's on base? You think this is a fair question to ask? Like, let us know down in the comment section, y'all. Me personally, I don't care for this, man. I think this is dangerous stuff. That's what I say.
Yeah, it is. I do think it borders on dangerous rhetoric. I agree with that. And I also do agree with some of the people who commented by saying, if you're not a parent or a mother, you don't really have you don't really have a well-rounded enough worldview.
Correct.
And sets of experiences to really participate in a conversation like that. I tend to agree with that too. But it is what it is. This is definitely internet conversation territory. But this, to me, it just completely spotlights how lost people are when it comes to their confusions over relationships. And people are only going to continue to get more lost. Everybody's running around looking for perfection in all the wrong ways and places. And they are their own worst enemy in that regard. So good luck to all y'all out there who still believe in love. I hope you find it. But if you're out here in these streets, chances are you're going to be answering questions like this. If you aren't already answering questions like this.
Facts. Crazy.